Miss Benton, did you challenge Joe for a sculptor of a bus, or you want the real deal?
No, I don't want the real deal. I know where the real deal is. He's in Yamacraw.
I see Commissioner Bobby Lockett. Raise your hand. Thank you very much for joining us today. We appreciate you coming in. Also, Reverend Andrew Young from Senator Warnock's office. He has joined us as well here today for this special event. Thank you very much for coming. So if that's not enough history, we have a lot more coming up, because now it's Dr. Amir Jamal Toure's turn. Geechee Kunda and Day Clean Journeys.
With the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, we give thanks and praises to God Almighty, Lord of all the worlds, Master of the day of judgment. And on this day, it has been a judge. And we say to you, Mimo Afife EJ, a perfect sacred storm has occurred.
Yes.
And I'm here to give you the history that some of you all are not aware of, the history that has been so resonating with this community right here since at least 2008. In 2008, we started a daily tour called Day Clean Journeys in Savannah, Georgia. And we will come out here. We will come through here, and then a relationship was formed with Deacon Littlejohn of historic First Bryan Baptist Church, and the former First Lady of historic First Bryan Baptist Church, Lillian Ellis. And they would say, Jamal, you need to bring your people inside the church. But we can't just bring them inside the church, we will bring them into the square. But what had happened, we had saw in 2008, 2009, 2010, 2012, 2014, we began to see that the plaques were basically being vandalized. We saw that the slates were not being vandalized. We saw that the fountain was not functioning. And you heard what I just said. Going on into 2014, we are witnessing all of that, but we had also shared with folks that this is not a park, but this is a square. 2008, we had shared with folks that this is a square. Much like we said to people, that bridge is the new Savannah River Bridge, but that's another story for another day and another time. So we had shared that, and then what happened in 2019? A fateful journey will occur. And Reverend Pittman, you probably don't remember. And then to my brother deacons, you all remember 2019, the end of 2019, December 2019, we met over there inside the fellowship hall, and that's when First Bryan said, we must take control of Yamacraw and demand and design, again, Alderman Lanier, what should happen here. That fateful meeting right there, we sat right inside there, and I was right there with them. They said, we want to plan the direction of Yamacraw. And in 2020, we now see the election of our aldermen and alderwomen and our mayors. And one of them, that is Alderman Geechee Kunda, said, Brother Jamal, I need you to do a tour for me and my sorors for Fort Valley State. And we brought them out here also. And so later on in 2020, we see COVID come along. But Alderman Geechee Kunda then said, Jamal, what are the historic foundations in Savannah that must be preserved and taken care of? First thing I said, Yamacraw Square. She understood that. And the call, we have the receipts for that. And then what happened, another fateful day, November 2020. Sister VML, who's out here right now, in addition to Bob Spell, we come out here on our walking tour. We walk out here, and then we look and see basically no grass in the square. We see the fountains not functioning. We see that the slates are up, and we share this history. And Bob Spell says, faithfully, he said, Jamal, this is not right. And I said, I know. And from that moment on, Bob Spell then said, who can I contact? I said, contact the city of Savannah. I also said, Alderman Geechee Kunda. And that began to happen. And then we have Anthony Maxwell. Anthony Maxwell and others began to understand that there's a foundation here in Yamacraw. And then that perfect storm, that sacred storm came together, and you are here because of that. See, what many of us do not understand, sometimes it will not be long steps, it will be small steps that will bring about change. And some of you all heard me early on when you asked me questions about this. I said, this has been about us being diligent. Each step brings you to your victory. That's what this is about. And what I hold in Ngombe right now, I hold this in Ngombe, this symbol of power, of majesty, and remembrance of one by the name of Justice. And who is Justice? Justice is a Native American who was right here in this area. Yes. We hold this in remembrance of one called Musa, who was in what is called the first slave narrative ever written by Alado Equiano, who was in Yamacraw also. We hold this in remembrance of one by the name of Juliet Stiles Jennings, who is a woman of commerce right here in Yamacraw and around the entire southeastern part of the United States. We hold this also in remembrance of one by the name of Langston Hughes. We hold this in remembrance of one by the name of James Weldon Johnson, one by the name of Zora Neale Hurston, all been tied to Yamacraw, but when you talk about the story, you leave them out. No, that is our job to make sure that they are always remembered. And that's what we do. We remember all those souls who made it possible. And one we cannot forget about, this great woman who was a missionary, and you see a bus tied to her family, that is Hannah Loud. Hannah Loud, right in front of historic First Bryan Baptist Church. She will leave from here, and not only Baptist churches in the United States, but around the entire world, carrying that story. The clarion call of Yamacraw. And the last two people that are so important to us is one by the name of Mayor Harold Washington. Would not have been mayor of Chicago if it was not for a child out of Yamacraw. And Barack Obama would not have been president if it was not for a child out of Yamacraw, who learned the trade right here in Savannah, Georgia, in Yamacraw and Woodsville. We are here because of them. And let us not forget, always celebrate who we are. Vaje Nase, family too, Yamacraw. God bless Africa, and God bless the children of Mother Africa, and God bless the children of Yamacraw. Peace and blessings.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Trey. Certainly rich history here in this area. And to continue that rich history and tie it into the wonderful